Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on the 25th of February. It's another cold morning, and there is a coldness as we read the news, because for the last 24 hours we have seen a cold and cynical aggression take place in Europe. I think there can be no doubt that the way in which the situation with the Ukrainians' whole defence and the completely unprovoked attack by Russia has developed, that this was part of a plan in the mind of President Putin and his advisors to begin to redraw the map of Europe. Those of us who saw the days of hope as the Berlin Wall came down, the end to this terrible block of the Soviet Empire, can now see someone who seems to be seekingly to want to rebuild it. Ukraine, an independent country, the only country to have voluntarily given up its nuclear weapons on the promise of security, has been cynically attacked with, it seems, a view to destroying it. This is not Russia wanting to take back a province or two, but to strike at the heart of the country. And there can be no doubt that Putin wants to redraw the map of Europe and restore both the Soviet and the Russian Empire. And we feel powerless in the face of this aggression. A country like Ukraine outside NATO is vulnerable. And so there are lessons we need to draw. First, we need, I believe, to acknowledge that evil exists and that there are men and women and regimes that seek only their own benefit and their own evil ways with the world. And we must acknowledge that, and we must remember it as we deal with those regimes, wherever they are. And secondly, we need friends and alliances. The fact that Ukraine is outside NATO has made it more vulnerable. We must remember that when we think of our own alliances. Things that bind us together help us to be safe and help us to preserve peace. It seems to me that we will be praying and mourning for Ukraine for a long time, and the people of Ukraine will be in our hearts and prayers for this generation. And just as COVID changed the world in which we live and woke us up to the dangers that we face, so this act of aggression will do that as well. And as Christians, people who seek for peace, we also remember that we seek for justice and that we are called to oppose evil where we find it. And so we in this benefice will be joining in responding to the call for prayer by our archbishops, praying for peace, justice, and the opposition of evil in our world. May God bless Ukraine. May God bless us. I was intending to return to the public recording of prayer for Ash Wednesday, but I'm going to do it from today, so that in the morning and in the evening there is prayer for you to join in if you wish, as we pray for our world and the dangers we face. May God bless Ukraine. May God bless us. May God turn the hearts of those who seek evil to the ways of peace.